Sup you guys, ASD Classified here, and today I'm going to be talking about a very special episode of Power Rangers. This time episode 4 of Power Rangers Dino Fury, New Recruits. Now why is this episode so special? Because in this episode we were introduced to two new Rangers. Javi Garcia, the Black Ranger, and Izzy Garcia, the Green Ranger. And Miss Izzy is the first female Green Ranger we have ever had on the TV show. Because if you recall, in the 2017 Power Rangers movie, Rita was a Green Ranger, so technically she's the first female Green Ranger. But Izzy is the first on the TV show. Alright, let's get into the review. So this episode begins with Void Knight in the villain lair. And this villain lair, I hate it. It's like the worst villain lair I've ever seen in my life. Good lord. But anyway, Void Knight in the villain lair was creating a new robotic minion called Boom Tower. So Void Knight is smart enough to make his own killer android thing. I'm very curious to learn more about Void Knight and who he is. I really want to know. Like, can this show give us some hints? I mean, I'm not asking you to give me his whole life story in episode 4, but can you give us some hints, man? The only hint we really gotten was like in the first episode where they hinted that his armor originally belonged to the Knights of Wraithcon, so he stole it, I guess. Like, I want more hints. I want to know more about Void Knight. I'm very curious to know. Like, come on. Like, don't wait until episode 8 or episode 19 or 20 to give me some answers. Like, please, come on. Give me some answers, show. Tell me something in episode 5. But anyway, Void Knight creates this new robotic warrior called Boom Tower. And the next stage of Void Knight's plan is to steal this artifact called the Nephrite Orb that's in a museum. And he wants this orb because it has mystical powers. It has the ability to empower someone, like make their powers even stronger. So once the villains steal this orb, the plan is to give it to Boom Tower, and the orb will amplify Boom Tower's power, and he will become invincible. Yeah, sure. The villains also have a new Sporex beast to help them in this episode. It's a dragon monster named Dragnarok, and there was a whole running gag about how every time the monster tried to say his name, nobody gave a shit. You know, he showed up to the villain base talking about, yes, my name is Dragnarok. Yeah, nobody gives a shit. What you need to do is go get that orb and kill the Power Rangers. Now get to it, Dragon, whatever the fuck your name is. Yeah, that was like the whole gag in the whole episode. It was kind of cute, but the thing is, I like his name. Dragnarok is a play on Ragnarok, the end of the gods. I like it. Although for a villain to have that kind of name, I would expect you to be way more powerful than you were in this episode. I mean, your name, the end of the gods. Come on, like... Okay, so what's going on with our heroes in this episode? Well, there's a job opening for a reporter position at Buzz Blast, and Amelia has Zayto apply for it. Now, why does Zay Zay need a job? Well, so we could have wacky shenanigans, of course. Coolio. Oh, God. So, apparently, Ollie taught Zayto this phrase. See, Ollie, this is why you have no bitches. Because you think something like coolio is something cool to say. And now you got my boy Zato fucked up out here, man. Like, ugh. Also, reporter job. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I thought that if you wanted to be a reporter, you'd have to have a degree. Like a bachelor's degree in like journalism, communications, political science. I don't know, some type of degree, damn it. You know what the alien that's been asleep for 65 million years doesn't have? A degree. So I don't even know why this is a plot. Why is this happening? I don't understand. Why? And I know the excuse that people are gonna run to, oh, it's a kid's show, so it's okay for them to be stupid, even though they always trying to teach kids lessons. It's just, you're gonna have some poor kids out here fucked up saying, oh, I can just be a reporter just because I want to, and they show up at CNN looking for that job, and then they're gonna get a rude awakening. It's just... So yeah, so Zay Zay has a job interview with Jan, the boss of Buzz Blast, and Javi is also there. So Javi, new character, is also interviewing to have the reporter job because he needs to make a little money so he can buy was it a keytar he said? Yeah, because he's a musician or whatever. Okay, cool. So Javi and Zay Zay both want this job, but only one can get it. So Jan gives them both each an assignment, and the person who does the best on their assignment gets the job. So Javi is assigned to write a story on the nephrite orb that's in the museum because it has mystical powers. What a coinky dink. And Zay Zay is given the assignment to interview the top teen athlete in the state, Izzy Garcia. So Zay Zay goes to interview Izzy, and after some wacky banner, coolio, Izzy agrees to do the interview with Zato, and she wows us with such amazing facts about her life, about how she became such a great athlete, with how she stretches every time before she does exercises, and how she eats lots of vegetables. Oh, this article is going to be a real page turner. Like, damn, Izzy, I see why you don't do interviews. This interview is boring as fuck. You could have at least told us that you dream of being in the Pan Global someday or something, girl. Give us something. But anyway, while Javi was at the museum interviewing the museum curator or whatever about that orb, the evil villains show up. Boom Tower, Mucus, and Dragnarok. They show up to steal the orb, right? And they pretty much get away with it. When they're walking out the door, then Warden Garcia shows up. You know, the park ranger person. Why is he here? I couldn't tell you. But he shows up and he's like, stop, you guys are stealing from the citizens and you need to put that orb back right now. Dumb. And then Boom Tower hits the warden with a very powerful energy beam. Knocks this man like all the way back. And he still lives to tell the tale. And at this point, I should have shut the episode off because what the fuck? Ain't no way in hell he should have survived that. Now, if the Boom Tower had hit him with like a small energy beam, like, oh, it's just a human, you're no threat, and hit him with a small energy beam, I could understand you surviving. Boom Tower hit that man with one of the most powerful energy beams I've ever seen in this show. Like, if that beam had hit the Power Rangers, there would have been a huge ass explosion and they would have demorphed. That's how powerful that energy beam was. But you telling me that the good human warden is walking that shit off like it's nothing? Just, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, man? Like, if Time Force was made today, I guess Mr. Collins would have just walked off that energy beam that Rancic shot at him. Like, Rancic would have shot him, he would have walked that shit off and said, oh, I just need to take my suit to get some dry cleaner, that's all. Like, that Rancic almost killed Mr. Collins. Like, now, today's Power Rangers, anybody can survive anything. I mean, last week we had the Monsters slash Unmorphed Zato, and nothing happened, not even a cut in his shirt, and now this shit. Like, Power Rangers, you have got to do better, man. You got to do better. I don't care what anybody says. That man should have been dead from that beam, but whatever, he survived, but he was knocked out unconscious for a little bit. Then the Power Rangers show up and they start fighting the monsters, and Javi sees all this fighting going on and he sees the warden unconscious, and then he takes the orb because he hears the bad guys keep talking about how the orb is going to give them ultimate power. So he takes the orb and then jumps in a truck and just drives off with it. It's like, I get that they're trying to make Javi be heroic, but it just feels weird that he would even do this. It's like, just let the Power Rangers handle this dude. But I mean, if I was in Javi's situation, I don't think I would have interfered in this, but I guess that's why I'm not being chosen to be a Power Ranger, so, you know. And plus, Javi saw the warden on the ground unconscious, and we later find out in this episode that all the Latinos in this episode are related. So Javi is the son of the warden park ranger, right? So you saw your daddy on the ground unconscious and you said, my priority was to get this orb and drive off. Like, I don't think I'd do that if I was in that situation, but I mean, they kind of hinted that Javi and his daddy don't really get along, so maybe he just didn't give a fuck. I don't... So yeah, after Javi drives off with the orb and then the villains leave, the Power Rangers then take the warden to a hospital, and I guess he didn't really need much treatment. We didn't even see him in the hospital. I guess they just gave him some Tic Tacs and sent him on his way. They just put some wrappings on his head and said, "You good to go? That bill will be $5,000. We'll send it in the mail." Like, Jesus, I can't. That man should be dead. Anyway,
Boom Tower is deadly.
so the warden's fine, and now we need to find that orb, right? And like I said earlier, we found out that all the Latinos are related. Izzy and Javier are brother and sister, and Warden Garcia is their daddy. He's at least the stepdaddy of Izzy. I don't know if he's the stepdaddy of Javi or his biological daddy, but he's their daddy regardless. So yeah, the Rangers eventually find Javier, and Izzy is there too, you know, to help her brother out. And the villains show up, and everybody's fighting again. Javi still has the orb. He then breaks the damn orb, so the museum should probably sue him for that. He breaks the orb. And inside the orb is 2 Dino Ranger keys. Zay Zay's like, "Oh my gosh, I thought they were lost." And then Javi and Izzy pick up the Dino keys, the black key and the green key, and then they instamorph into Power Rangers, you know, without having to do all the wacky hand movements, just instamorphing. So yeah, they turn into Power Rangers, the Black and Green Ranger, Javi black, Izzy green. Izzy's suit has a skirt on it. Like, a lot of female Ranger suits have skirts on it, but Izzy is not that kind of girl. You know, she doesn't like skirts like that. So she then rips the skirt off her suit. She rips the skirt off her suit in front of all these men.
Whore.
So after that, then all the Rangers start fighting the villains again, right? And Javi and Izzy were really kicking ass out there. Like, really kicking ass. Like, now, I've been watching Power Rangers for years, so I'm kind of used to like the newbie Ranger who may not know how to fight, but as soon as they morph, they can fight like, you know, Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee and shit. I'm kind of used to that, but they were really good. Like, really good in this. Like, I mean, Izzy was over here doing wrestling moves, and Javi was over here with 2 swords, like a swordsman chopping up fools. Like, oh my goodness. Like, how y'all fighting like this? Like, Amelia and Ollie weren't even fighting that good when they first morphed. Like, what is going on? They were tearing these mofos up. Like, okay, damn. So yeah, eventually Boom Tower and Mucus leave, right? But then the monster today, Ragnarok, grows giant size. The Rangers call it Megazord. They beat it, whatever. And then the Sporex beast turns back into a Sporex, and the Rangers collect it, and they leave. Yay, huzzah. You know, and everybody introduces themselves at the Ranger base. Like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are the Power Rangers? Oh my god, you're crazy." So yeah, you know, new team of Rangers. Yay, we're a team of 5 now. Good job. And the episode ends with Javi beating Zay Zay out for the reporter job at Buzz Blast, because it was all on the news that he ran away with the orb to protect it from evil people, and Jan was really impressed by that. She's like, "That's the kind of go-getter I need around here." So yeah, Javi got the job. Zay Zay was happy for him, and yay, good job. Yay. So this episode was just okay for me. Like, I've seen a lot of reactions from Power Ranger fans on Twitter and YouTube videos. People really love this episode. People really love Dino Fury right now, and I'm happy for y'all. Like, I really am. But Dino Fury has just been okay for me. Like, ever since the premiere, it's really just been okay for me, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, because from episode 1, I thought we were going to have more story. I was hoping for that, but really since episode 2, it's been same old, same old. They're not interested in telling stories. They just want to do this episodic stuff, and if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do, but it's just not what I'm interested in. And like I said before, I'm just waiting for the Jonathan Entwistle TV show so I can hop onto that and just say goodbye to this. So yeah. But yeah, I like the new Rangers. Javi and Izzy, they seem pretty cool, you know. We'll see if, you know, I like them more as the show progresses. But yeah, that's all I got. 3 out of 5. If you are watching this review, let me know what you thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was mud? Let me know in the comments if you'd be so kind. All right, later guys. I'm out.